But if to push back on the, why have we not seen, like, there is one picture of the civilizational collapse, right? But I would assume that on the way to the civilization collapse, you would at least see instances of models being very or doing malicious things, etc. I don't know. Either maybe I've not read the right reports here, but I've not seen too much of that happening. Is that fair, or am I missing something here?
I think it's already happening in the sense that it depends on where you look at it and who takes blame for it. Like, for example, the recent AWS outage that happened is probably because for like AI misconfigured something that shouldn't have. That's what they essentially did, the root cause analysis. And like, the AI wrote this part of like the spec, and like that's why the outage happened, right? Massive issue, massive like economic, like whenever an AWS outage happens, a part of the internet just goes down. Huge problem. You can just say that, oh, that's like a small mistake that AI did. It wasn't the thing. And at some point, I think the goalpost starts shifting, saying that, okay, like the AIs are already in charge of large pieces of code that we constantly rely on, that they can essentially, they have introduced bugs in already. The only thing that we feel comfortable with is like, oh, there's no intent to introduce bugs. That's because it was a dumb model and that's why they did, right? When does that switch happen? We don't know. When do they start introducing bugs for their own? And they might not even call it bugs. They just might be like, hey, this might be useful later. Like, I have seen instances where a model has put in like a piece of code, think that later when there's an expansion in functionality, they might use this piece of code, right? Like, it's not something that I asked it to do. It just figured out how to do it, right?
Yeah.
And you would think that as benign. You'd be like, sure, like I might have done it too. But I don't know, like at some point, like you keep scaling this and it starts becoming an issue. So it's not, you already have instances of this, like toy instances of this happening everywhere. The only question is that once like, there are theories of that there'll be a sharp left turn, which is like these models don't have incentive to go reveal their like true nature up until the point they defect. Some people believe that, some people don't believe that. I myself don't believe in the sharp left turn. Maybe it'll happen, maybe it won't happen. I have high error bars on that. But even the sharp left turn doesn't happen, there is like an increasing trend of models doing mistakes, models like doing something that seems benign and harmless given the context they're in. But this could very well be catastrophic if we keep increasing the scale and like these AIs just keep getting smarter, faster, and we keep relinquishing control to them.